Alrighty, on to matchup number 5. This is a co-main event. We have two main events, or two games of the week this week, and this matchup is one of them. So this matchup is between Tommy and I. Big Tommy, Tommy Guns. Man, hey, listen, when you drafted your team on draft night, I gotta say, it was, with all due respect, it was laughable, and I say that with all respect. But man, what you've been doing, what you've been producing, is not nothing short than amazing, man. You've been actually, obviously winning games, and you're climbing up the rankings, and I definitely have you in the top 5 power rankings as well as a team to look out for. I truly believe that. I think what you've been doing is good job. So keep up the good work. Just not this week. But with that being said, I got my lineup. We'll do my lineup first. Excuse me. Brock Purdy playing in Arizona. Like I said, Monday night. Listen, Brock Purdy is not going to blow anybody's pants off. He's not going to be a
Yes, he will.
a wow factor or anything like that. But he's just Brock Purdy, and he's been playing really, really good. Even when they had some hiccups with some injuries, I know he ran into the Minnesota defense, but he's still, there's no drop off in his play, in my opinion. I don't see anything that is like, hey, what are we doing over there with his quarterback play? Nope. What he's doing over there is still is playoff worthy for the 49ers, and he still can take a team to the Super Bowl, in my opinion. So as long as he keeps on
Hope
doing
so.
that, yeah, I agree. As long as he keeps on doing that, they're going to be a tough team to beat over there in San Fran. Kamara has been doing really good for me. He's he helps me out with the PPRs, even though we only get half point for receptions. But I mean, he catches the ball at the backfield quite a bit. Sometimes I feel like he catches it more than he runs, which I'm okay with. Um, my other guy that I like this week, though, too, that I haven't been a fan of, but I like him against the Dallas defense, who can't stop the run, is Najee Harris, especially if Jalen Warren is out again this week. They can't stop the run. So, I mean, anybody can get yardage over there. So it's going to be a very run-heavy offense against Dallas. So that favors me in my opinion. Deontay Johnson has been an underrated receiver, in my opinion. He was one of my sleeper picks coming into the league, into the season. And now that he has the Red Rocket throwing him the ball, I think that he not only is he producing, but he's moving up in the ranks as far as overall receiver. Like I said, he's not a CD Lamb or Jettas or anything like that, but he's producing, man. He's producing. The Red Rocket loves him, and he just keeps on throwing the ball. So his route running skills are just tremendous. Very, very Devontae Adams like. His route running is just a thing of beauty. If you guys ever just watch his route running, it's just amazing. Anyway, and Neighbors, I know he got a little banged up last week towards the end of the week, or excuse me, towards the end of the game, but I think he's still a full go. Offense runs through him, and they're going to be feeding him the ball. I know you have the worst, probably one of the worst quarterbacks in the league throwing him the ball, but he's still making it, do what it does over there, and I really like that. Pitts, fucking Pitts. Let me tell you something. If Pitts gets a 0 again, a goose egg, I am going. I'm not only going to lose it, but I'm dropping his ass. I'm not even going to trade him or nothing like that. He will be on the waiver wire. So whoever the fuck wants him can have him if he gives me another goose egg. But our Tampa defense sucks, so I really hope that he doesn't. And I don't see him getting another goose egg, but we'll see. This is where I have my weakness at, though, and my question marks is at my flex play. I have Braylon Allen, the backup running back for the Jets there. He's been eating into Brees Hall's touches and productivity over there. He's running like a man with fire on his head. Like, he runs downhill. I love his style and how he runs, but he's still behind Brees Hall. So Until Brees Hall gets hurt or anything like that, he's still just a backup. So unfortunately, I got a lot of buys this week, so I had to put him in. Trey Sermon is a shot in the dark. Um,
He's, he absolutely
I
stinks.
know, I know. But as of right now, Jonathan Taylor, last I read, is dealing with a high ankle sprain, and I don't think nobody else touched the ball other than Trey Sermon in that backfield behind Jonathan Taylor. So if Jonathan Taylor is somewhat, limpy or is not a full go, Trey Sermon comes in and he's a plug and play. So that's what I'm hoping for. Jets defense. I don't like the matchup against Minnesota, but it's going to be a defensive game, I think, over there. But Minnesota's playing great offense, and unfortunately, they're playing my Jets defense this week. On the flip side,
Jets, Bucks fan.
no, 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 no. Just Jets defense in fantasy. On the flip side, though, man, Stroud is Stroud. He hasn't really been like really what we were expecting him to be like, but he's still doing his thing. He's still, spreading the ball around. Tommy has a 1-2 punch in Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is obviously not the one over there, but he's still getting his. He's still getting his. Metcalf is obviously the one over there in Seattle. I don't like his running backs though. I don't like Tommy's running backs, Jerome Ford and Zeke. I don't even think Zeke is the top running back in that room, but whatever. I like Cooper though. I like Cooper in the flex play, and then Brock Bowers to me is such a light in Las Vegas right now. Like there's nothing else going on positive but Brock Bowers, and I love the play. He's one of the top tight ends in the league in fantasy right now. Unfortunately, I'm facing him this week, but I really, really like Brock Bowers, especially with Devontae Adams up in the air if he's even playing or whatnot. We don't know yet, but Bowers will be force fed the ball this week. I feel like so. Unfortunately, I got to face him on that. I have Egan. I have, like I told you before, I have Tommy squeaking this one out. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I do think Tommy is gonna pull it off and give me my first L. I have Tommy winning 129 to 126. What you got, buddy?
Before we start talking about this, I was gonna pick you, but I just you've got Pitts, who's basically a zero.
God,
I mean,
I hope not.
he's proven it year after year. And Sermon is just. I mean, I watched Sermon with the Niners for years, and he's not good. And let's be honest, if you can't make it as a running back in San Francisco, you suck.
Yeah, I agree with
And
that.
I just think Braylon Allen, I love him, but you don't know what you're going to get out of him.
Agreed.
Um, I do not like Tommy's running backs over yours, but I think Kamara alone puts you over the top in that category. I don't like Harris either, but the wide receiver matchups are interesting because Metcalf's been playing really well,
Hmm.
but since Andy Dalton took over, Deontay Johnson's been very solid, and I love I love Neighbors. I wish I could have drafted him. I wanted him. Uh, he's just been a target machine. You've seen the last 2 or 3 weeks. Diggs has been solid though. He's been
Yes.
very solid, and Bowers has had a couple off weeks, but he's playing Denver, and um, I I'm going to take anyone over Pitts. Honestly, at this point, I I gotta think Keenan Allen's going to put up solid numbers, and Cooper's definitely better than Sermon because I think you're going to get close to a zero from Sermon. I don't like either one of your defensive matchups. I think Washington's, they're on a roll. I don't know. They had some insane stat where they've scored on 23 straight possessions. I don't know if that's still active, but at one point it was. I just think the bottom half of from the from the tight end down, I think it's going to be the difference. I think Bowers, Allen, Cooper are better than Pitts, Allen, and Sermon,
I
and I
agree.
think that's where this matchup is going to be won and loss. And I mean, Purdy's been lights out. He's been very good. Stroud hasn't been great, but he played well last week. I just think that bottom half of your line, your lineup this week is just not that good. I mean, It's just not good. And I think I think Tommy's going to get just enough points in those from Bowers on, from the tight end down. I think he's going to get enough points to beat you, and that's going to be the difference. I think obviously if you didn't have the couple buys that you have, and if Nakua were healthy, I think it'd be a different story. But I've got Tommy. It's probably going to be like 113, 110, or 114, 110 somewhere. It's going to be close, but I got to give Tommy the edge. And like you said, when Tommy was drafting his team, I was sitting there thinking, man, they're making him some strong drinks over there because I don't really get his drafting strategy. He, he
Yeah.
obviously had something. And he fleeced somebody from Mahomes because Mahomes has not been good this year, and he's made his team a solid team.
And Chubb's
He
coming
doesn't have a
back.
lot of guys.
Chubb's coming back soon.
He doesn't have a lot of guys that jump off the table at the screen at you, but solid guys. I mean, over their careers, Cooper's been very solid. Allen's been solid. Diggs has been solid. I mean, yeah. So I got Tommy winning about 114 to 110.
Alrighty, so Egan has Tommy 114, 110, and I have Tommy 129, 126. On to the sixth and final matchup.
Yeah,